Hi, my name is Joe,
And I'm Fernando.
and this is the Digital Addiction Empire. And today we will be talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. Let's just basically Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it's just I would say it's one of the most not famous but popular like arcade games of all time. Like, when you go to your local round table pizza or, it's just
Tap, 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 tap.
classic childhood, video game that you want to play against your friends. And, it just has all your, like, superheroes in it, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had so many characters in it, from X-Men to, like, Spider-Man to, like, Thanos, to Street Fighter characters, to Mega Man.
Yeah.
Just, like, so many characters and villains, and it was just like a really cool like fighting game that was like first it was like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat came out first, and then like this was like, okay, this is like something that can like compete with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it was like it was pretty cool. Like how you said, like it's like all the characters, your favorite characters you grew up with. That you can actually get to play with. So it's cool.
Yeah, so I mean it was really 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 popular, and it came out on like PlayStation 2 and some other older systems. And it wasn't until PlayStation 3 where they allowed you to get the digital download and get the game.
Mm.
I remember looking for that game. I wanted to get it for PlayStation 2, but the copies for the game were like selling for like $80.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. And even the original games, it was just like super, super expensive, super, super popular game. Just a really fun like fighting game, They had specials. You can activate your specials when you built that up.
Yeah.
You had like a meter, and if it built up to one of your characters, because you choose up to three, you choose three characters, and then if you built up once, you can use one of your character specials. If you build up to three times, all three of your character specials.
So that's what that was. I was wondering what that was.
So it was it's really really cool. I think the specials is really what got people and really changed like games, fight games. I don't think Mortal Kombat didn't come out with like specials until X-Ray Meter, until like later on, until like PlayStation 3, and this game pretty much had specials in it. And it was really cool because you can have like Iceman, and he does his special, and Magneto does his special, and every character with so many characters had their own unique special. So that was really really cool. So let's just. My favorite characters are. My favorite three would probably always start off with Wolverine. I really liked him. He did kind of regenerate health a little bit, I believe. There are.
And the second one.
Yeah. He was really cool, and there are like two Wolverines. One is the Metal Claws, and the other one is the Bone Claws. I always just went with Metal Claws. I don't really know the difference. I'm sure there's some secret trade that people know, like what is the true difference between them. I just chose the metal one. The second character I usually picked was usually different from Doctor Doom to Akuma, maybe even Magneto, And the third one, I always loved my third one being Iron Man. He just comes out with that giant proton cannon. Boom, man. That was like the sickest like thing of like that game, just that proton cannon. He was all right when you brought him out, and he was like your last guy, with these little unibeams and stuff like that. But that proton cannon special, man, can't beat it, man. Hey, your favorite three characters?
Okay, my favorite three. My first one would be Mega Man. Of course, that one too, because I grew up with that guy, and
he has a cool special. Like he gets all big.
Yeah, like he transforms to like a big guy, and just there's someone like a big cannon type too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's always my main guy that I always pick all the time, because his special is awesome. And my second one would be Magneto, because Magneto, man. Marvel. And I can't remember what was his special again. I forgot. I can't remember.
For who?
Magneto.
He had like a couple different ones. He would just like either like just float up in the air and throw a bunch of different like metal pieces.
Yeah, I think he like.
But
yeah, he would go something like that.
But I think the Magneto was a lot of people were like crazy good with him, like because he would be able to levitate, and I've seen some crazy people play Magneto, man. It's like it's crazy, like the crap that they do, and he's like levitating and like throwing all this crap at you. I wouldn't want to say his special is like his strength, but like just fighting.
Yeah, you got to know all that stuff. My third one would be Ryu. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy because he's a classic. Hadouken! So yeah, I like that guy a lot. Street Fighter, you know, I grew up with that too. So I think his fighting styles was cool. It's the same, pretty much the same fighting styles as what it is like in Street Fighter. So that's cool. You have that in there. So yeah, that's my three favorite.
Another thing to mention, you know, like I really liked how like Street Fighter crossed over into this game, where like to do the Hadouken or whatever, like tornado kick, like it was like the same moves, you know, like if you knew how to do in Street Fighter, it's the same. It crossed over into this, so that was really really cool. So and just like some names and characters that are worth mentioning. I think one of the biggest characters, people who were really good in this game was Cable. Cable had like this like gun move where it was like a wavy like laser beam. And people found a way to basically, it was a combo where you just shoot them and then you do the laser move, and it was really really annoying, and it was really hard to like get away from that. And I think some really good like people would always pick Cable. They would pick two other people and they'll pick Cable, and a lot of this game had a lot of like a lot of moves like combos that you would have two characters, you know, combined, and it would just be like annoying, you know. It would be, I know one of my friends did like a Kuma with the Juggernaut, because you have like an assist attack where like when your two people that you have would help, you know, would just come in and like do a little assist, you know.
You call them or something like that.
Yeah. So you know, people just find ways to pick one character, do like the same move over and over with an assist, and you know, if you didn't know how to counter that, you know, you would be like screwed if you were like a beginner or something.
Like me.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've seen some crazy people who played with Cable, who played with Magneto, who played with Doctor Doom.
Who just go like all out.
Yeah, like they would just be doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, I really love Spider-Man in this game too. Venom was awesome. You know, there was just a lot of characters. You know, they have War Machine in this game. A lot of cool characters, you know. Storm was pretty good. You know, this game was just good. It was like a good like arcade, like so many good characters. You know, the classic Street Fighter characters with like, you know, your Mega Man, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you know. Very, very popular arcade game. And it wasn't until like, you know, a decade later until they came out Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you know, which was, you know, newer graphics, not all the characters, but they did add in some new characters.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. Like they took out some really good ones.
Yeah,
and all that.
But they did add in some good ones too. But it didn't have all the characters. I don't know why they do this. Maybe they're on a budget or something. We ain't got time to make all these new characters. You know, all these characters that were in the one before. Let's just make instead of putting Fantastic Four in there, we'll just put them all into this one character. So I mean, they kept, you know, the basic like characters in there, the favorites pretty much. My three favorite characters in the newer one would probably be Wolverine again, and a new one would probably be Dante. I mean, Dante was really good in this game.
Yeah, he was insane.
I mean, he has a lot of good like moves. I don't know what it is. He like shooting out guns, has this ice attack, using his sword. Yeah, I mean, he was sick.
I think his special was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I liked him, and then I also like Iron Man, of course, Proton Cannon. You know, the gameplay in this game was a lot more smoother too. You know, I like the way people moved in this fighting game, and I think it did carry over from, you know, when they came out with the new Street Fighter 4, and it carried over into this game. So, what are your three favorite characters?
My first one would be Deadpool, because Deadpool's awesome, and I think he has guns too.
Yeah, he has guns and shoots some crap.
Yeah, like I think his special is like something similar to that. He bring out his guns. It was crazy, and swords and all that. And my second one would be Zero. He's I think the brother of Mega Man, and he's like something rather like similar with the cannons and stuff. And I liked him too to try something different from rather than Mega Man, and he's the closest one to it, so I got him. And my third one would be the Hulk. I know he's probably be like the last one to choose, because like you were saying, like, he was a little slow and all that. But hey, he's just a big guy. He comes in handy sometimes, and I think that he like his special something that he like picks up a rock, I think, or tears up the ground or something. I can't remember, but he's like the last resort guy. He's there to like finish the job and all that. So yeah, that's my three favorite. And another cool thing too, I think about this game, you can do like maybe like the challenges or like something like that. You can fight against like the computer, other three characters. Yeah, I think that was cool too. And like I think when you get to the end, I think you fight, was it Galactus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta like save the Earth. It was kind of weird though, but yeah, it was kind of difficult. I know I couldn't get that.
You have to be really, really fast and do a lot of damage really, really quickly to like defeat like the crystal version of other characters, and then you have to beat up the big Galactus, and you're like a tiny little dude, and you have to beat a giant Galactus. I think the key is basically you have to do a lot of damage really, really fast, and otherwise he does like some hits that are like pretty much like unavoidable, you know.
Yeah,
so you're gonna like take the hit no matter what.
Like when he's smashing his hand down, it's like boom, your life is like half your life is gone.
Yeah, so you have to do a lot of damage really, really quick to him, and it's not hard to do damage to him. He does have a really big health bar, but that's pretty much the key. It's possible. Don't give up. You know, button mash. You know, it's a fighting game. Find a way to do quick specials and a lot of damage. And yeah, I mean, I thought this game was really cool. They had a lot of like new characters. They had the guy from Resident Evil, the bad guy, Wessler, I think. Like he was cool. He had a bunch of like quick things from Resident Evil. So I thought it was really, really cool. You know, you loved the second one, and then they finally came out with another one, and it's just like, what took so long to come out with another one? Because the second game was so successful, you know.
Yeah.
So I really, really liked it. You know, my favorite criticism of these games is just like more characters. You know, I just want more characters. You know, there's so many characters that people love, and you know, and you just want to play as all of them in the game.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. You have to like have the right amount of good characters that everyone would just really, really enjoy. So, but I'm not saying these characters are bad in this game, but you know, just like it'd be good to have a little more, you know, to pick from.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because there was like a lot of characters that I thought were really, really cool in the second one, but they weren't in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of like, okay, I guess I'll just stick with, you know, Ryu and, you know, whatever, the most generic, like, Spider-Man character, you know. They just had, like, the basic characters, and then it had, like, some oddball, you know, like, characters that they just, like, created. So, I don't know really what the thought process of that is when they create these games. I don't know if they just don't want to spend the time or the money to do all the characters. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason, but they do take the time and money to create new characters, you know. And I think a lot of people do love new characters, you know, but...
try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like to keep most of the old and then bring in some new characters,
like,
you know.
Like some of the favorite ones.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that you can go back and look at the second game and be like, this has a lot of characters in it, but you know, it doesn't have like this character or that character, you know. So yeah, overall, I think my rating for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 would probably be a 9.5 out of 10. Very, very high. But it was one of the most like awesome arcade games of all time to me. I know there's classics like Pac-Man and crap like that.
Yeah.
But when I go to an arcade and I see this game, and you know, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that game over Pac-Man. I'm sorry, but that's just me. And then Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I would probably give it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. You know, it didn't really meet all my expectations, but it was next gen on PlayStation 3, and you know, it was kind of cool, and they added some cool characters, but then they lost a lot of good characters. So yeah, what are your ratings of both these games?
For the second one to be about a 9, because my character choice was I think I liked it in that one a lot better. And the third one would be same for you, 7.5. That just because I guess the second one's a classic one. You know, it's just just better characters in there. A lot more.
Better and more.
Yeah. I guess a lot more choice, especially for me, because I'm very picky on who I want to play with and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think, so that's mine, 7.5.
And I think when you think of these fighting games, you know, and you're playing them, you know, you're going to play the game longer if there's more characters, you know. If you can play one of these fighting games and you're like, okay, I'm going to pick my favorite characters, my 5 favorite characters out of these 15, right? But if you have more characters, you're going to end up playing the game longer because, you know, you don't get bored of your favorite characters. You know, you're going to try other characters, you know, like, oh, I'm not just going to be Spider-Man, I can be Venom, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to just be the Hulk, I can be the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
you know?
like more of a choice, too, you know.
Yeah, you can mix it up, you know. It's a fighting game, you know. It can get really, like, your fingers start hurting and you start doing the same crap over and over and over and you start to get bored of some of these fighting games sometimes because you're just doing the same thing over and over with your favorite characters. But if you have a wider selection of characters, you know, you have a chance to, you know, mix it up, keep your interest peaks level high, and I think that is just a really, really big point in these fighting games. And, you know, I think the key to success and people really liking it is a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's basically it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
If you enjoy this, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. If you enjoy this, you haven't played it yet, go check them out. They're, you know, the classic characters are in them. And if you grew up with that type of style, like the Marvel and Street Fighter and all that, you'll definitely enjoy this game, especially for, like, the old heads, you know, like us, who grew up with that stuff. And so, yeah, go check them out.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. And, yeah, we will catch you next time.
See ya. Later.
In your face! In your face! In your face! Dancing guard! Keep it in style! Jackpot! Keep it in style! Jackpot! Hey! You win! Sleep it off, baby.